So good morning and thank you very much, dear colleagues, for being in the session. I have already shared the slides of project resource management. So I think you can open it if you can't see my screen. Let us take 30 seconds to open the slides in your laptops or in your devices. I hope that you could open the slides in our device, or if you can see my screen, you can also go with my screen.
Yes, you can see the screen.
Okay, so thank you. Still now, if any colleagues cannot see the screen, they can open the slides from the chat box. So let's start project resource management. When there is a comment or the phrase project resource management, ideally we think about human resource management. And in online, you will find very little document or material if you search with the term or phrase project resource management, because it's a very new concept which is brought by PMI USA. And if you want to get a very clear, concretized, well-documented idea about project resource management, you need to buy the PMBOK Guide 7th edition. It will cost maybe 30 or 40 US$, but you can get it free of cost if you are a member of PMI USA. But I have the PMBOK 7th edition, but I am not allowed or permitted to share it with anybody because these are some kind of document where you need to put your password. So my password is my login ID with PMI or my membership password for PMI. So I'd request you, if you have provision or opportunity to be a member of PMI USA, you can be, so that you can freely get the PMBOK, or you can buy the PMBOK, and in that case the price is a bit high. Okay, so let's go ahead. This session is theoretical and practical. So I'll try to finish it by 11:30 in lecture method. Then we'll go for workshop. The colleagues from our courses, they know about our method. Our method is theory and practical, means half of the session is lecture, then half of the session is workshop, means we work together. So let me start with your blessings. Resource management means, first question, why a project manager needs to work with resources? It can come to your mind because the supply chain or logistics or procurement people are there, the accounting and finance people are there, the HR people are there, or even the fleet manager for the transportation are there. Still now, why resource management needs to be understood by a project manager? Because a project manager is the ocean where all the small canals and seas and bays are met. Like a financial officer or a project officer, accountant, or an accounting officer is working under you. You have logistics and supply chain officer under you or who are working with you, or you need logistics and supplies from and inventories from your departments for your organization, for your project, and also your people are working producing financial things and accounting things, so you need to work with them. And you have staff members, you have non-staff members, you have consultants, you have apprentices, you have some cases volunteers, unpaid and paid, you have youth leaders, you have unpaid network members, so many things, many kinds of human resources you need to manage. You have also information technology related materials like tabs, equipments used by your staff members, printing and other materials used by your staff members in your offices. So you need to understand, you need to work with different resource management things and knowledge areas. The first consideration is resource allocation. The project manager needs to take decision how much resources will be allocated where, to whom. Then resource planning, which involves schedules, means project time frame, project budget, and budget means budgeting for human resources, project equipment, and supplies means the procurement related things. As a resource manager, as a project manager is a resource manager, so only one thing I need to do, that is I need to ensure that the resources are obtained, accounted, and utilized. Means the resources are taken from the departments for the project on time, on budget, on scope. Means the timing, the budget, and the scope. Scope means activity. And the resources are taken care of and written off, maintaining all the documents. Number 3, the resources are being used or utilized, be it material resources, be it human resources, be it material, technical or technological resources, be it transportation or communication resources. But the project manager needs to make sure that the resources are utilized. For example, our Wi-Fi is not working for 5 days, but the project manager needs to instruct the designated person or the department to work on it. So he needs to make sure that the resources are utilized. We already talked about Types of resources: people or financial resources or material resources. In materials and goods related resources, we can include equipment, assets, technological devices, transportation and communication devices or materials or means like cars, buses, etc. Then capital and financial management. Budget is the financial things and financial materials. Now people are human resources, suppliers, vendors, volunteers, teachers, uh, unpaid volunteers, paid volunteers, network members, stakeholders. We've already discussed about the different types of resources. Now resource planning, we talked about it. Then we talk about resource estimation. Okay, there are 6 steps of resource management. First is resource estimation. How much resource I need. Then collection of data from different sources to validate the estimate. When I estimate, it doesn't mean that I am correct. On the basis of estimation, I need to collect data from different sources. Then I need to formulate the resource plan as per the collected data. I need to analyze the data and I need to plan for resources. Then schedule development. I need to develop a schedule when the resource will be needed and at what amount, for what reason, to whom it will be given, how much budget will be spent for this resource. So I need to have a plan, means a schedule. Why I need to develop schedule? Because my resource schedule has connection with procurement plan. If I can develop a schedule or a resource schedule, the procurement people can easily develop the procurement plan. This is a very important point. For a specific activity or to a specific person, I need to check if I over-allocate the resources. For example, I have 3 unions, working unions. So I thought ideally that for each union, I need 2 staff members, means 2 human resources, 1 project officer, 1 project assistant, or 1 project assistant, 1 mobilizer. But when I started implementing the project, or if I sit back, I found that among 3 unions, there is a remote union, extremely remote union, which is an island. And the road construction there is no more road construction, not at all. And the union is very big. And the distance between the houses or homesteads of the beneficiaries is very high, long distance. And I have another 2 unions where the unions are in the mainland, The unions are small, the communication is very good, and now I need to sit back. I need to think that there are some over allocation or under allocation. Over allocation in terms of the two mainland unions and under allocation in terms of the remote island union. Now I can put two project assistant for two mainland unions and one project assistant, three community mobilizers for the remote island union. So three mobilizers can work in 9 wards. Means one mobilizer will look after 3 wards. Means total 9 wards have been covered by them. And one project assistant who will oversee the activities. So when I am resource planner, I cannot sit still once the plan is done. I need to sit back. And negotiating for resources, this is a common struggle of all the project managers in the world. You will be given project with tough timeline, with less project human resources, with less financial and material resources. So a project manager needs to negotiate with the departments, with senior management team, and with the donor all the time, always. So be sure that once you're a project manager, you need to be a good negotiator. So resource management, in short, there is a Venn diagram. The blue oval or the blue egg is listing resources unit. The yellow egg you need to estimate. The pink egg you need to make a schedule to meet the deadline. Now, dear respected colleagues, my theoretical presentation is over. This is 11:29, so we are on time. Give me 1 second to share the first practice material with you. First of all, I am sending you the project plan template. I request you to download it and open it. Please set a project's name and check my chat box, please. I'm giving you some project idea in the chat box. Thank you, Akhtar Bhai. I think you better write youth empowerment project in the project planning template. So please download the project planning template. I am opening it too for you in my presentation. Project plan template. Let me open it. And let us work on it for 10 minutes. Be sure that you need to give it back to me.
What is that template?
There is a project plan template.
Yes,
Let us go to.
Thanks for your.
Let us go to point 1.2 milestones and think about a project. One point two milestones. This is in page number 5. Page number 5. Don't feel confused. If we work, I hope that it will be easy. So this material is developed for all the projects. So if you are a development worker, this plan is 100% not as per your expectation. At the same time, if you are an IT expert, this is not the ideal project you want. If you are a construction expert, this is not an ideal project plan for you. But this plan, you can customize it for any sector. So let us go to 1.2 milestones, page number 5. If you go there, let's see at the table. There are 3 columns: milestone, description, delivery date. Now, let's set one milestone. I have a question. If you don't open it again, please open the template I have sent. Go to page number 5 and look at point 1.2 milestones. There's a table which has 3 columns: milestone, description, delivery date. Now let us put our first milestone. Project is Affairs Bureau. Affairs Bureau or NGO department of the government. This is the milestone. Now I need to write the description. Description is the project proposal and by the government assignment officer of the mentioned. Now delivery date. I put a date. My date is, for example, 31 October 20. So let us take 1 minute to finish the first milestone. If you write it, then we will go forward. If you finish, please give me a signal. Then we can go to point 1.3.
Please repeat again what I have to do.
Okay, so let's go to point 1.2 milestones. There is a table which has 3 columns: milestone, description, and delivery date. Now let me put a milestone. Let us take a project, and for each project, the approval of the government is a big milestone. So that's why I put it here. You can put it. Project is approved by NGO Affairs Bureau or NGO Department of the government. Because all the approving authorities' name is not same in different countries. Then we write a description of the milestone and we put a deadline for the milestone. Now, if you finish the writing of the milestone, I'm making it yellow color because I'll share this document with you again so that you can see where I did work. I'm making it yellow color. Now my milestone is getting approval from the NGO Affairs Bureau. Then now my phases. What is my phase? My phase can be, my first phase can be document preparation. Because to submit a project proposal or FD6 or other documents to a government authority, I need to prepare all the documents. So my first phase is document preparation. Preparing all documents to submit to the government authority. What is my sequence? Number one, first draft preparation, budget preparation, all certificate. All documents are double checked. Are sealed and signed. Now, I am phasing the milestone. If you want to finish or achieve my milestone, what will be my first phase? My first phase is document preparation. What is the description? Now sequence. What I will do in this phase? I'll prepare a first draft of the documents, and I'll prepare the budget. I'll prepare the need assessment. I will print all the certificates, and I'll double check all the materials again. Then all the materials are being sealed, have been sealed and signed by the executive director. What will be my next phase? My next phase is sending the documents. So sending the documents. So sending the approved documents to the government authority to mail and hand copy. So what are my tasks? Developing all the documents and scanning the documents, through an email, documents to post, and send out. So now if I finish these two phases, I can finish or I can achieve my milestone. That's how, this is a small task. That's how I can plan the whole project. If I can plan small things, I can plan big things. So this is a small example of project planning. That's how I can plan all the things, all the activities in even an entire project. So I am sharing the document which I have worked on right now. You can download it later. Now let us work on a Gantt chart, because Gantt chart is a very important planning tool. We will work on it for 5 minutes. You can download the Gantt chart. I have shared it in the chat box. Let me share the screen. You can see there is a Gantt chart. For construction project, this Gantt chart will work best for the construction colleagues. So for example, there are some months now. How we can make a Gantt chart? If we can work on it, we can do it easily. I would request you to download the Gantt chart template and open it. It's a very interesting job. Let us take 1 minute to download and open it. So let me take your names. Did you open the Gantt chart, please? Shumanda, could you open the Gantt chart?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so let's start. It's very interesting. Now let us go to the left part. There is a writing, there is a table, gather data. Now let us take our own project and let us put our project's name from Akhtar Bhai Youth Empowerment Project. Youth empowerment project. Okay. Now in youth empowerment project, what I do first? Maybe I form youth groups. Form youth groups. So when now you see something change in the left black box, no, right black box. At the very left corner, you see form youth groups. Here. Now, when I need to finish it, let us put date. For example, I'll finish it by November 15. So I am putting the date. I am putting date 1 November. The activity will start on 1 November 2023. Put the date, please. Then the activity will be finished 15 November 2023. Now the activity will take 14 days and you will see it in the Gantt chart here. Look at here. Move the Gantt chart to right direction. ডান দিকে গ্যান্ট চার্টটা একটু করে নাড়েন, আপনি দেখতে পাবেন ফর্ম ইউথ গ্রুপের একটা সবুজ দাগ দেখা যাচ্ছে। গ্যান্ট চার্ট, there will be a green mark. Or if you want to see it a bit earlier, let us make it, suppose your project is being started from July 1 July 2023, then your the formation of youth group will be finished by 15 July. Sorry, okay, must be 7. Now you see the green mark here.
Excuse me, bhai.
Can you work on it?
Again and again I tried, but in my cell phone this tablet not open.
Oh, from cell no open. From cell phone you cannot work on it. It's a bit
listening is enough for me.
Okay.
If you don't mind, listening is enough for me.
Okay. In the meantime, I'm sharing. Now we have formed youth groups. Now training youth groups. Then we have organized training for youth groups. For example, it is taking 2 months because I have so many groups. So training will be started from 16 July 2023, and I need to take minimum 3 months. Maybe the training will be finished by 15 September 2023. Now you see the interesting change in the Gantt chart, the black Gantt chart, not the table. Now in the black Gantt chart you see number 1 form youth groups, number 2 training for youth groups, and there is the green box. Now training for youth group is finished. I have another activity. Distribution. I have another activity is establishing MHM point, MHM production point. And the activity will be started in, because the youth group will be given the responsibility to distribute MHM products. So I put February. The activity will be started in February 2023, and my distribution in March now or April, so we need to finish it by 31st March or 31st March 2023. Look, now the blue box is here. So these are the things we can work in a Gantt chart. Please keep this Gantt chart. It's an automatic Gantt chart. You can use it in your project life. I'm sending the edited Gantt chart to you again, so you can practice it in your free time. Let us take 10 minutes more, if you allow me, on resource planning. Most important things that we need to discuss today. I am sharing the template. Please download the template and open it. I have already shared with you. This is an Excel sheet. And it's true that if you want to be a project manager, unfortunately, you have to be expert in two things, in English and in Excel. There is no other option. This is our fate. Now, resource plan. For example, as already we worked on an youth empowerment project. So now our project name is, I am editing it, Youth Empowerment Project. So now how we distribute resources. There is resource, and the manager has a human-oriented approach. So he is distributing the resources in the name of people. Now look, he is distributing resources for Bill, for Peter, for Peggy. Now I have youth empowerment project, and my first activity is youth group formation. So the groups will not be formatted by only one person. Maybe I have Sakina, I am editing, I have Arif, I have Anjita. I have 3 project officers. Now I need to write group formation. Group formation. How many? Maybe she will form 12 groups, and when she will forming the groups, she will create reports, formation report. 12 group formation. 12 group formation report. The same way, let's allocate budget. So now her total effort is 12 group formation. And let us go to the budget. For each group formation, maybe our budget is $100. So she will cost $1,200. Now Mr. Arif will form youth group formation, and he is also responsible for 12 groups, and his budget is also each group formation 100, means total 1200 groups. Sorry, $1,200. Now Sanjida, let's come to Sanjida. Now, could you remind, we had 3 unions and we had 1 remote island union where we are committed to form 12 youth groups, and as this union is very remote and we need to organize the groups in village basis, not ward basis. So maybe we need to form 18 groups. So 18 groups means budget is $100, means $1,800. So this is a simple example of resource planning. One thing, keep it in mind, if we practice it, we can be expert. We cannot be expert in one day, but be sure that if you exercise your Excel sheet, you can be an expert. We had also a project budget template, because we know that project budget is a very important resource plan, because project budget is the presentation of financial resource planning. So I have shared the project budget with you, and I think we are out of time. I will be requesting you to present in the next session at 3 p.m. From 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. we shall discuss project communication management, where we have 30 minutes lecture and 30 minutes workshop. We'll develop a communication strategy and a communication plan. That would be very interesting. Then from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. we have stakeholder management session, where for 30 minutes we'll have theoretical lecture, and for 30 minutes we'll talk about, means we'll work on stakeholder analysis, stakeholder engagement strategy, and also stakeholder engagement plan. So thank you very much. See you at 3 p.m.